With all the recent buzz about AI, I just wanted to tell you one aspect of AI that I am finding to be extraordinary, and that is that helping me design teaching methods and teaching tools for the classes that I teach in physics. And one such example is that recently I was teaching about the Doppler effect. And I wanted to just show the students a nice way, a nice animation, a nice simulation of how to just see the Doppler effect with their own eyes. And so what I did is I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, can you just write up a quick Python code of a source that's emitting spherical sound waves and a detector that's just sitting there. And I want you to set up these parameters that I can change and play around with. And sure enough, within 10 seconds, ChatGPT wrote some Python code that does exactly that. Now, I just had to tweak it a little bit to make sure that the parameters made sense, but it was working, it was functional, and it did everything that it needed to do. So I took that code and I just changed the parameters to demonstrate, first of all, a detector and a source that are stationary, and then the detector is moving and the source is stationary, and then the source is moving and the detector is stationary. And then I showed them what happens when the source starts to go faster and faster until the source moves at the speed of sound, which we call Mach 1. And you can see that very clearly with the simulation is that if the source moves at Mach 1, then all of the wavefronts from the waves that the source is emitting will line up exactly at the same spot. And so they would produce this shock wave that would just, you can clearly see it in the simulation, they just line up and then they hit the detector at the same time. And it's just wonderful to see. So what I just want to say is that there's a lot of benefits of these large language models, ChatGPT, that can just write code for you in 10 seconds and it just does the job for you, especially for education. So as an educator teaching physics, I'm just absolutely in love with this kind of thing, right? I can write code that gives me some simulation, some animation that I could just demonstrate to students, and it's wonderful and I have control over it. So that's one aspect of these large language models that I am appreciative of.